to find out who and discover who we truly are, we kind of have to first discover who we are not, right? And what I mean by that is, what a blessing that you were born in a certain place through certain parents in an incredible, beautiful and unique culture, and were raised in a society that taught you just beautiful preferences for what you think you're supposed to like and dislike, right? And this is the part of me I was going to say too, with the death and birth part. What I was completely having a full death-birth experience through the sound tonight. It was just amazing. And one of the moments I had was that moment in the Matrix when Neo unplugs. And he discovers everything that he thought was real was actually part of an incredibly intricate, fabricated program that was not him. Wow, what a wake up. And I hope everybody's at least seen that at some point in their life, so that we have this archetype to really, it's a simple thing. It says a whole book when I just go like this, right? Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. And so that process, that's what needs to be happening also daily, because not only do we have to unplug from our social cultural imprints and all the systems and beliefs, not only just from what were taught in our childhood, but we're getting bombarded daily with great new offers and opportunities from the collective matrix at large to subscribe to this. Like literally, subscribe to this belief system. Check it out. Try it out. Well, that's fine. Try it out. But try it out from a place where you are so in touch with the sovereign singularity of who you already are. And so then you're asking, well, how do I get in touch with that? But what I'm saying is, in order to do that work of clearing what I would, shadow work, it's really being coherent enough inside of us and authentically trusting that we already have encoded within us our unique and precious gift, like I had said, that is the most amazing miracle ever and does not need anything outside of you to actually reflect back how beautiful you are, or, try on a different program that might perfectly resonate with the fractured wound that your father might have given you when you were 5 years old. And all of those things, those are the things that we then become susceptible to then trying on these new paradigms and systems. And the beauty of where we're at right now, the beauty literally right now, is the spiritual unity movement is recognizing all of those faiths as part of a wholeness. And none of them have the whole answer, right? None of them. And in fact, I might dare to say, all of them have been fractured, some from very close to their origins, but most of them from then how they evolved and went through all the thousands of years of programming too by limited belief patterns of those humans that wanted to dominate the traditions and keep them in a certain pattern of tradition, right? So what I'm saying is, each of the things that we have been taught and learned that even was a positive thing, we also have to look at, we also have to question. We have to be ready in every moment to drop all of the onion layers. Here we are in the onion. And what we find at the very core of that is an alchemy that nobody else can show you. And the alchemy is that every single element that you need to turn yourself into a light body, to wake up the divine blueprint inside of you, to become an incarnating deity almost in form. Yes, I'll be so bold to say that, because each of us are that God spark, and when we access that, we're going to be bringing online something that then gets in tune with the evolving of the whole species. Because you did not just come here to wake up yourself. In fact, that's actually an impossible thing because you're inseparable from the whole. And so when we start to reorganize and reorientate that, I'm here to evolve myself until I become, one with that enlightened state. And we actually start to flip that all the way inside out. And at the same time, realize that everything that you are doing, every time you make a progression and move towards your innermost core self, that you're actually sparking something for the whole. And this is the immense project that is happening on the planet right now. There is no evolution that's happening without you. You are that wave. You are that wave. And if we also say that Gaia is evolving, right? Gaia is part of our, let's rephrase that. We're part of Gaia's body, but we have Gaia in us. We have Mother Earth in us. We have the principle of nature's extraordinary intelligence wishing to do something with us. And really, it's never just your story. That's what I want to say. Nothing is ever just your story. It's the human story. Like, live mythically. Live with the knowing that every time you make an expansion inside, like, release that wave to everybody. Release that moment where you actually hit the membrane of the pressure of what you didn't think you could finally birth out of and shed and die. That was encoded in you specifically, not just for your soul's evolution, but when you penetrate out of that limited belief system, that wound, that trauma that had organized a whole, onion layer around you that you had been living in for 10 years. Or maybe just one day, something that you started thinking about yesterday and it really got you in a funk, and because it resonated with something from 10 years ago. Here's what I invite you to do. Every time that you liberate yourself with one of those aha moments, like, infuse that into the whole collective. Know that you just game changed your own evolution and that you are rippling that out into the world. And that's understanding that you are an emissary. Each of you are an ambassador for the whole species. You're ministering the species towards its fruition every time you make your own leap.